wasn't going to do a video tonight, but it's either you lot or the Eurovision Song Contest, and there's no competition. You lovely lot win every time. It's not much of a compliment, to be fair. I don't think there's much worse than the Eurovision Song Contest. Ironing, maybe ironing. Actually, there's probably some poor person right now who's ironing whilst watching the Eurovision Song Contest, combining two of the worst things in life and doing them at the same time. The worst kind of multitasking. Anyway, of all I'm going to talk about, let me have a little look and see what's in the news. And it wasn't news as such, but it was some David Moyes comments. Let's have a little look at David Moyes' comments, and we'll have a little chat for 5 minutes, and then we'll go about our business, because tomorrow's a big day, isn't it? Very, very big day, and not just for Mark Noble, of course. It's a big day. Well, it's a big day for West Ham. Big day for the quest for European participation next season. It's not a Brexit thing. I'm talking about football, obviously. Now, as I'm sure you already know, let me just tell you, we can't get to play in the Champions League. That's down to other teams, Tottenham and Arsenal. However, we can qualify for the Europa League and do what we did last season. Now, don't get me wrong, we need to do some stuff ourselves. We need to rely on Crystal Palace beating Manchester United, unless we beat City and we beat Brighton. But that's not easy, let's be fair. If not, then we're in the Europos. No, we're in the Conference League. It's a terrible name for it. You think who could have come up with something better than the Conference League? It makes it sound really, really crap. It makes it sound like a chat, doesn't it? Like a Zoom call. The Zoom call league. Anyway, David Moyes is talking about this. And basically what David Moyes has said is that he won't change his transfer plans if we qualify for the Conference League. Let me speak his words. He said, he was basically asked whether the transfer targets would be dictated by which European competition West Ham are in. He said, I don't think so. I'm hoping we can at worst finish 7th. Well, don't we all? I mean, that wouldn't be good, because Wolves are playing Norwich. Well, anyway, we've got a lot to do. We need points because we expect Wolves to have a chance in at least one of their games. He's basically saying they're going to lose one of them, at least one of the games, so we need more points for ourselves. Was there anybody else who's watching that Liverpool game, the cup final, by the way, thinking, oh, don't go to extra time. You want Liverpool to fit fresh and fruity, to basically help West Ham. Who'd have thought such a thing? Anyway, I never understand it. Sorry, I digress. Mane with the run up. Why do they do that? You know, you're just going to miss, mate. You don't. That's a ridiculous run up. Anyway, he said we expect Wolves to have a chance at least one of their games, so we need more points for ourselves. He said, but I think European football for us would be terrific again if it happens. And if we can make the Europa League, that would be great, to finish close to where we were last season. But I'll take any of the European competitions and be thrilled if we got there again. I don't disagree with the sentiment. I really don't disagree with the sentiment. I think he's right. It's the next bit I probably disagree with just a little bit. He said, we will try and add to the squads we will try and add to the squad of we can. I don't think I don't know if they've done a transcript. I doubt that's what he said. Anyway, I'm sure he said, of course we can, but we really do have a good team at the moment. If we can get another couple of players in, we'll do that, but I don't think it matters whether we're in the Europa League or the Conference League. We'll embrace either. We will cuddle either competition. Hold on a second. Right. I think what he's saying is, first of all, I'm not bothered about the whole couple thing. It's a turn of phrase. We'll get a couple in, you know. It's fine. We know, David Moyes knows, the board know, everyone knows we need more than a couple of players. Okay, but I don't think it matters whether we're in the Europa League or the Conference League. We'll embrace either. I think that may... Well, initially I thought it may well change our transfer targets. It may well. I'm not sure it does. I'm not sure if once you've decided you're going to join West Ham for European football, I think the first thing you ask is, are they in the Champions League? I think if you're not and what you want is Champions League, you just say no. I think whether you're in the Europa League or the Conference League, I think it's some form of European football. And you look at the teams that are in the semi-finals in the Conference League. They were pretty good. So I think you're playing in European competitions. That's fine. So actually, when I thought about it, I thought, no, nonsense. A player's going to turn their nose up at the Conference League. I don't actually. I think it's more people like me that have turned their nose up at the Conference League. I think some form of European competition is certainly better than none. Will it change the transfer targets? Champions League would have made a massive difference. Not sure this does. But what has come out in the news very recently is that I did love the way the story was worded. That West Ham have dropped their interest in. If you're looking at the t-shirt, I'm not the real Batman. All right, I'm not Bruce Wayne. That's all. Fat man at the moment, actually. Anyway, what was I talking? Oh, that's it. James Tarkowski. West Ham, it was an article, West Ham have dropped their interest in James Tarkowski. Oh, why have West Ham dropped their interest in James Tarkowski? Well, because Newcastle are paying him loads of money and we can't afford to pay him that much. Oh, okay, so let's not drop their interest in James Tarkowski. That's outbid, isn't it? I don't mind, by the way. I don't mind. I think we've apparently turned our attentions to one of the Rennes centre halves. Don't know who it is. Could probably find out for you if you give me 2 minutes. However, oh, hold on. I see that Pep Guardiola's given a massive massive compliment. What's he said? They are so strong in many departments. They are a top side. Top side? What about top? Pep, we know how important it is. There you go. Said something nice about us, didn't he? I'm just trying to find where this... Anyway, the fact of the matter is, we've apparently dropped our interest in Tarkowski. And the reason I don't mind is, when we've been mentioned with him before... I don't think he's the best defender in the world. I thought he used to be Moyes' number one target. Perhaps he's not anymore. And I just don't think we should get into a bidding war at all with Newcastle over a player that I don't think is one of the best players around. And if we have highlighted someone else, I'm trying to find out who he is. Hold on a second. I'm going to tell you his name now. This is going to be... Okay, Naif Agurd. Naif Agurd. I think I've done it. Naif Agurd. Plays for Rennes. Rennes. Is it Rennes or Rennes? Who cares? Rennes. Rennes. There we go. Apparently we like him. Who knows? I wouldn't rule out the lad at Fiorentina. Is it Milenkovic? Mitrovic? I don't know. Summit-a-vic, basically. Who knows? They've got to be careful, Newcastle, I think, the way they're sort of going to play all these players. They've basically got 2 seasons to spend, as I understand it, and I might have a very poor understanding of it. I think it's a couple of 100 million or something like that. After that, they'll start to incur the wrath of UEFA and financial fair play. I think within 5 years, you've got to have 70% of your turnover, no more than that, in wages. They've got to be careful by bunging players by saying, oh yeah, come and play for us, we'll give you 100 grand a week or whatever they're going to pay him. Someone like Tarkowski, look, he's on a free, I get it. And you know what, if we had signed him, I wouldn't have been disappointed. But if, if he's going to go to Newcastle, it's fair. Don't get in a bidding war. There are other defenders out there. There really are. But I do feel with the composition of the money, we are going to have to get a couple of loans or a couple of freebies in there. Because let's just say it's 150 million. That doesn't go it doesn't go massively far, does it? I mean, I did a video the other day about what I said about Ollie Watkins and who else did I say? I've lost my train of thought now. Oh, of course, Rafinha and Calvin Phillips. And even then I said, Jesse Lingard, because he was as a free. By the way, there was a few comments on it. Well, I don't think I explained myself very well because there were a load of comments on that video. So I can't believe you still want Jesse Lingard. Wasn't what I was saying. What I was saying was if we were to get Ollie Watkins, if we were to get Jesse Lingard, if we were to get Rafinha, if we were to get Calvin Phillips, that might be enough ambition for Declan Rice to say, oh, this is interesting. I wasn't saying go out and get Jesse Lingard. I might do. That's a separate video. But that wasn't it then. But I do think we're going to have to get a couple of loan signings, a couple of freebies. And I thought Tarkowski might have been one of them. Maybe he isn't. There you go. Big game tomorrow. Enjoy it. Anybody that's going. Big occasion for Mark Noble. Mark Noble's last home game. Be really interested to see what the club do. Be more about. Look, I don't doubt the club are going to have some lovely ticker tape parade, and Mark Noble will be speaking on the pitch. As I understand it, my mate Canning Town Len's painting, and he's been doing some cracking paintings, by the way, recently. It's getting presented to Mark Noble before the game. And it's a lovely... He's clever with a paintbrush, that boy, I tell you. Not Mark Noble, Canning Town then. I don't know, but Mark Noble might be able to paint. I don't know. I've not seen any evidence. He can kick a ball. Canning Town then can paint. I've no doubt the club will do a good job in celebrating Mark Noble's contribution to the club. It's how David Moyes plays it, depending on how the game is going. Look, I mean, if we're winning, if we're losing handsomely, winning handsomely, it's sort of easy, isn't it? You know, you just sort of bring him on towards the end of the game. If we're winning 1-0 with 80 minutes to go and we're hanging on for dear life, I don't know. You know, and the 3 points mean we get European football, which David Moyes said he embraces and cuddles. Anyway, could be interesting. Don't get me wrong, I think Mark Noble will be coming on. I think it'll be a celebration of his service to the club. Tell you what, I've been soaking up all the footage this week of all Mark Noble stuff. You know, what a great servant, what a great guy he is. And looking at a lot of the captaincy behind the scenes, obviously he does need a break, but when he comes back from his break, I hope he can just sort of resume that. I mean, almost his role in the coaching team might be to almost still be club captain, but he's a pivotal part of everything behind the scenes, and obviously all the players are very fond of him. Moyes rates him highly. Well done, Mark Noble. Won't be there myself. Gio's going. You'll be stuck with me all day doing videos. Oh, the video. Actually, not the watch along. Charlie's doing the watch along. Anyway, I'll catch up with you an hour before kick-off. See you soon.